Hey guys, today on Twice Diecast, we are going to look at a brand called Schuco. Yes, thank you for joining me first and foremost. This is a brand that I really like. They are out of Germany. They are true 164. You know what? We're going to leave these because we will look at these and then move them off screen to look at some new pieces that have come into the collection. But I wanted to introduce you to this brand and show the ones that I've got already to give you an idea of the scope of their offerings, if they fit your collection or not. At the end, we're going to look at this really cool model that Urine from Chasing Diecast Cars sent me. And if you are interested in a more comprehensive video on how to put it together, Joe at XLT Off-Road Bear, that you can see on your screen, he did a review of the same kit that we both received from Chasing Diecast Cars. So be sure and check that out at XLT Off-Road Bear. But first, let's go through some of these ones that are already open. These are the ones that I've had in my collection. This was the very first Shuko that I got. This is of course, an E-Type Jaguar. And you see you've got some rubber tires, you got a little bit of tread, super skinny tires, super tiny car. So with saying that, you need to know these are going to be true 1/64 scale. So they're going to be much smaller on some of these smaller cars than say your Hot Wheels or Matchbox. Don't get a lot of opening parts. I don't think I've seen a Schuco yet, not in my collection, that has an opening part. But we're going to look at what I got today. And I like my models without opening parts, to be honest, just because it adds a little bit more to the realism when you don't see a big panel gap on a hood. Check out the wheels on this old Benz. I've even got the star logo on them. This is a W110, and you can see it's got the color matched rims on it. It's got an hood ornament on the top of the grille like they had. It's not a photo etched like some of the other super premium brands, but you do get lensed headlamps and tail lamps. And with that, I guess it'd be the right time to mention that Schuco's run about the same price as a Mini GT or a Para 64, maybe that $10 to $15 US price. Look at the Porsche badge on these dog dish rims. This is a good old 356. You see a different color steering wheel in there, some nice red leather interior as well. We're going to look at a 356, got Carrera on the back here, and more detail on this model in the background. And that's such a cool thing that they do. You get to put together the kit yourself. Here's a 2002. You guys know this vehicle, of course, because of the recent Matchbox releases of this car. This is going to be a little bit smaller than that. Look at the BMW badge on the wheels or the hubs. Got some chrome trim around the windows. You got a nice base. Again, these are all going to be size appropriate to each other. So as you get into a little bit more modern cars, you start to see a size difference. You can see, look at this old Porsche and this Audi R8. It's just wider, it's just beefier, as all these new cars are. I like that I grabbed the R8 and the Porsche behind it so that you can see they do some modern stuff. They do a lot of German stuff, of course. They are from Germany. They do pretty much period correct wheels, specific to the brand, the manufacturer, as well as authentic paint jobs, like really nice clean paint jobs. Here is a 911 Turbo, and you can see that this is kind of like a metal flake gray. Okay. And we've got nice wiper detail on this built onto the piece of plastic. I love the lensed headlamps. They've got a little bit more depth than they had to have on these. Check out the Porsche written on the back, 911 Turbo S. Really well done. Lensed tail lamps. Paint job is just really great on that 911. Last one we'll look at that is loose is going to be this 911 Turbo, this 1975 model. Check out the color or just the outstanding work they did on the wheels on this one. I love the blacked out centers and of course the correct font on the door. Porsche badge is proportionate to the rest of the car. Really nice silver metal flake paint job, and then the iconic light bar that goes all the way across the rear end of this car. A little bit of matte paint on the engine cover as well as the spoiler. Just a masterpiece done by Schuco. So let's look at some of the new stuff that I got in the collection. This is a T3 camper, and I think somebody somewhere along the line commented, I don't know what Westphalia means, but if you could explain that to me in the comments, I'd appreciate it. I have been gathering some Schucos on and off over the past couple months and finally had enough to do a proper video for you guys. So here's a really cool Volkswagen van slash camper. You got a really nice camper top on the top. It is not metal, and that's good to me because that would be a different material in real life than the metal on the it's just different than the sheet metal on the vehicle, which I can appreciate. I think that adds a little bit of realism. Nice bug eye headlamps on here. VW badge on the grill. This is the first time I'm looking at this in my hand. Bear with me. We've got some curtains painted on the inside of the lens for the glass, and you can see this is pretty thin glass. You can see there's not a lot of distortion with my finger back behind those windows. Again, tread on the tires, a little bit of detail work on the exhaust system down here, and just some extra cool details on the side of the van itself, and some graphics. Joker. Interesting. Don't know a whole lot about that vehicle. And of course I couldn't be bothered to look that up for you guys, but I can recognize that it's super cool. The brown is really perfect for that era. Let's look at this gull wing. Very popular vehicle historically, and one I hope most of you guys have in your collection in some shape or fashion. And I don't mind. I know this, you know, the Hot Wheels made a big deal about their gull wing doors opening, and they pulled it off. I don't know. I've seen, you know, the old Tomica version of this car. The door gaps are just huge because you have to get your finger in there to open them up somehow. So we've got a blacked out grille with a Mercedes star on top in chrome. Nice red interior again. I like the height, the ride height of the vehicle. Little chrome accents on the vents. Mercedes on the trunk. And a different color steering wheel again. Nice baby blue color. I like this version of this. Was it a 300? I believe that's what it is. 300 SL. Just a really nice, classy car. And that's what you get from Schuco. A lot of old, classic German stuff mixed in with some of the new stuff like this. We've got an M3 from BMW. And each one comes in this really snazzy display case that has a way to put it back in. You can display it in the window. It looks okay that way. Of course, I'm going to take it off and put it on my shelf. You guys know that. All right, M3 BMW badge on the hood. A little bit of paintwork on the kidney grills. Headlamps look really good. Different bulbs suggested by the way they molded those plastic inserts. Indicators are, it's not a different piece of plastic, but it is painted precise enough to make it look like a different lens. I love these wheels. My goodness, these rims are spot on. I love the molding that goes all the way around. bumper to bumper across the door, just like it really was. Exhaust looking really good. Didn't mean to leave this one for last, but I'm glad we did. This is ending on a high note. Look at the 3 different colors on the tail lamps. Yeah, these cars are really appreciated for reason. They back it up. So fantastic M3 there by Schuco. Let's take a minute. I might do some pausing. I want to show you if anybody is interested in getting one of these 356 kits. I don't know if they have other vehicles in this kit or not, but this is a really cool little gift you could give. Let's see what all we've got in here. It's not a super complex model to put together. 3 to 4 pieces. This is what customizers end up having at the, when you've got your model, you painted it, you've got it stripped, you've got the screws ready to be in, you got the casting tapped to accept the screws. I probably would never have detail like this on one of mine before I put it together. So how cool is that? Lensed headlamps, little indicators underneath it. Urine, thank you so much for this. It would be really cost prohibitive to have ordered this from overseas. Love those detailed engine vent covers. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We've got, I have to do that like that. We've got the wheels already installed on the base, which is very nice. And they're not going anywhere. In fact, I don't think you could even take those off if you wanted. Got the Porsche badge on the cover. So we will add the interior, and perhaps we will do it in reverse. We'll add the glass, and that's got a hole for you to get it nice and snug. And that looks like it's gonna fit like that. Be right back. Okay, so as I am apt to do, I did not read the directions. As you saw, I tried to put that 3rd screw in the middle, and that's for attaching it to, I guess, a display, maybe? I don't know. So let's take a look and see how we did. We've got our version here, and it rolls. It's a good roller. We've got the one that came from the factory. Ride height appears to be a little bit different. Is it the same exact casting? I think it is. And maybe I can work a little bit on getting this base in tighter, but all in all, very easy little model. Great for maybe someone a little bit older than a toddler, 5 or 6, would not be able to put this together, but I think anybody over 7 or 8, and that's a really cool way to introduce how a diecast car is put together. So I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to the brand Schuco. It's been my pleasure. This is David at Twice Diecast. And until then, I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.